I never believed in monsters, not really. That all changed when I took a backpacking trip through the Philippines. I was staying in a small, remote village in the Visayas, miles away from any city. The people were incredibly warm and welcoming. But as night fell, a strange tension filled the air. My host family would lock the doors and windows tight, whispering prayers I didn't understand. One evening, I asked my host, a kind woman named Elena, why everyone was so cautious after dark. She hesitated, then told me about the Aswang, a shape-shifting creature, she said, that looked human by day but transformed into a terrifying monster at night, preying on the sick and the vulnerable. I chuckled, thinking it was just local folklore to scare tourists. She just gave me a sad, knowing look and told me to stay inside no matter what I heard. That night, I was woken by a strange sound, a soft, flapping noise, like giant, leathery wings beating against the air, right outside my window. My heart started pounding. Then I heard a slithering, scratching sound on the thatched roof. It sounded like something was trying to get in. I remembered Elena's warning and froze, too terrified to even breathe. The scratching grew more frantic, and I could hear a faint, wet clicking sound. I squeezed my eyes shut, praying for morning to come. Just as I thought my heart would explode, the village dogs erupted in a furious, unified barking. The scratching on the roof stopped abruptly. I heard that same leathery flapping sound again, but this time it was moving away, fading into the distance. The next morning, the villagers found strange, deep claw marks on the roof of my hut. Elena looked at me, her eyes wide. She didn't have to say a word. I knew I had survived a visit from the Aswang. I packed my bags that same day. Some stories, I learned, are more than just stories. So if you ever find yourself in a remote Filipino village after dark, listen to the locals, lock your doors, and whatever you do, don't go outside. I have traveled all over the world, but my trip to a small, remote village in the Philippines was something else entirely. I went there to experience authentic local culture, far from the tourist-packed beaches. The people were incredibly warm and welcoming, but as night fell, a strange unease settled over the village. My host, an elderly woman named Lola, insisted I be inside before sunset. She'd say, "The night has eyes here." I just smiled, thinking it was a charming local superstition. One evening, I decided to take a late-night walk, camera in hand, hoping to capture the beauty of the moonlit rice paddies. The air was thick and humid, filled with the chirping of crickets. Then I heard it, a faint, rhythmic sound, like a soft, wet flapping. I looked up, expecting to see a large bat, but what I saw froze me in my tracks. It was a silhouette against the moon, a horrifying shape that looked like the upper half of a human torso, gliding through the air with large, leathery wings. My heart pounded in my chest. I ducked behind a large mango tree, trying to steady my breath. The creature landed silently on the roof of a nearby Nipa hut. A long, thin, almost thread-like tongue uncoiled from its mouth, slithering down the side of the house and toward a window. I realized with a sickening jolt that it was sniffing, searching. It was hunting. I suddenly remembered Lola's warnings and the hushed whispers I'd overheard among the villagers about the Aswang. I didn't dare move a muscle. The creature stayed for what felt like an eternity, before retracting its tongue and launching itself back into the night sky, disappearing over the trees. I stumbled back to my room, locking the door and windows, my mind racing. The next morning, the village was buzzing with whispers. A woman who was expecting a child had fallen gravely ill overnight. They said an Aswang had visited her. I never told anyone what I saw that night. Some stories you learn are not just stories, they are warnings. What do you think? Was it just my imagination, or did I come face to face with the legendary Aswang? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.